Hello folks, it is my last day in Albufeira, Portugal. And what a trip it was. Fantastic. I'm here at the beach again. This is the place to be during the day, and then down at the strip during at night. But I want to give you my impression of Portugal so far. Well, my impression in total, right? And my impression of Albufeira. Awesome. It's just been great. The things that I noticed that are different in Albufeira than the States, or at least Albuquerque. First thing is the let's say the crosswalks. I know we have crosswalks in the States. We have them in Albuquerque too. Yeah. Here, you go to a crosswalk, and if there is a vehicle anywhere near that crosswalk, they will automatically stop. If you show any kind of hesitation, if you kind of stutter, step a little, they will stop. They will stop and let you pass. Inevitably, that's the way it is. So you don't have to worry about somebody just kind of, not seeing you or anything. Or they always, they sense it almost. It's almost like a sixth sense. They know that you're there. I know that in the States, they don't know what those striped lines mean. They're just like, oh, look, some pretty lines on the street there. And in Albuquerque, it's even worse. Because I tend to think that Burqueños really know what those lines are. And they know that when people are getting ready to walk across, boy, they're so vulnerable. And Burqueños, they like to speed up and kind of, mow you down. So it tends to seem like anyway. I don't know. I could be wrong. Who knows? I love you, my Burqueños. I don't mean any disrespect. But it's true. That's one thing. The other thing is, when you go to the grocery store, you go to any store, and you see a price tag on an item, that is the amount you're going to pay because taxes are included in that price. So if it says $5, you go up there, you put $5 down, you walk out with it. It's not like the States where it says $5, you put it down, and then you pay $1.35 or whatever it is, $1.40, whatever. Those taxes aren't included. I think in the States they just want you to know, hey, the state's going to get theirs, right? They want you to be aware of it. It's just too easy to pay for something, I think, and not know that that there is taxes attached to that if it's just part of the price. But it's makes things a lot easier. You pull out your money, you know exactly what you're going to pay, so you can make change right away. The other things I noticed, the prices of sweets are really high. really high. It's a chocolate bar is like $2. I'm like, geez, man, I know they're high in the States, but Jesus, everything else here is so inexpensive. You start to think maybe that there's something going on here. So I tend to think if it's something that's bad for you, they're going to charge you more money. So if it's a candy bar, if it's potato chips, whatever, it's going to be a little more expensive. And so, well, you just have to deal with it, right? As an American, I was like, Jesus, man, how much money do I have to pay for my artificially flavored, chocolate bar or potato chips? It's, but it is what it is. I feel better. I feel better because when I eat stuff here, I can't afford well, I guess I could afford the stuff that's bad for me. But, you start making better choices, I think. And you feel better for some reason. It's like the ice cream. It's delicious. It's really good, but it is not as sweet for some reason. Oh boy, the Atlantic is very loud today. So, what else do I notice? The cigarettes. They have them here. You can see them at the convenience stores. All of them, huge pictures. These pictures of, diseased lungs and people on their deathbed and stuff like that on the packages of cigarettes. They really want you to know that they're bad for you, and you can see it. It's like gross looking at. I know that's what it does to you, but seeing it right there in a picture on the pack, it really brings it home to you. I think it's pretty effective, to be honest with you. So I don't see too many people smoking though. That's the interesting thing. Maybe it's working really well, right? The tobacco companies back in the day, they were doing well, but not today. What else do I notice? about this place is the tourists. A lot of things about the tourists I've mentioned in some of my other videos, like, you know, if there's a family, especially the British tourists, if there's a family and there's a baby, the father's pushing the tram. the pram, rather. Whew, water's coming up to me. And, you know, I found that to be interesting. You know, just giving mom a break or something, or maybe she's just dealing with some other issues, or maybe she's the one who's scheduling everything. Who knows? I mean, it just seems to be the case with all of the British. That's the other thing about the British. They all tend to kind of dress the same. No real style. I'm not saying anything about Burqueños. I don't know if we have any style, but the British, they you know, they just kind of dress all kind of in uniform, but they are very communal. You see them at the bars. They're all hanging out with each other. They're all singing the same songs. They're all, you know, watching their favorite soccer teams and all of that. It's pretty cool. No issues with the British, even when they're intoxicated. You know, they're all trying to save some cash. I think I mentioned in an earlier video, I saw a group of guys that were trying to, well, they're on their way to the strip there, where all the bars are and everything. And I noticed that they all had between them 7 beers. You know, beers sticking out of their pockets and jiggling around as they walked or whatever. But those were cheap beers. And if you go to the clubs there on the strip, it's going to be more expensive. So, trying to save some cash, just like the rest of us. Who can blame them? What else? Nobody wears sunscreen here. You can tell the British by how they look, the color of their skin, right? When they wake up and they walk out the door, they're pretty pale, right? About mid-afternoon, you see them, they're red as cherries, because they've been out in the sun all day. But the sun isn't oppressive here. It's really not that bad. It's you know, in Albuquerque, I'm out, especially late spring, early summer, or anytime during the summer, you are going to get toasted in Albuquerque. You're going to get burned, especially if you're, you know, you like colored skin or whatever. But here, I walk for hours, 3-4 hours a day in the sun. Got a nice tan going, looking as good as this old Burqueño can look anyway. 54. But yeah, it doesn't seem to bother the British either. Maybe that's why they come out here. The other thing is that this place is at sea level, so walking for 4 hours is no problem. You know, there's lots of oxygen down here. There's a lot of atmosphere above you. It's not like you know, the thin air I have to breathe in Albuquerque. I walked for hours every day when I was there, but I would always be beat at the end of the day. But not here for some reason. No, it's well, I know the reason. It's because we're at sea level. So my dad, as he always likes to say, you can drink a lot more at sea level. I'm assuming he's correct, right? But I feel better. I feel clear-minded here for some reason. Again, it must be all of that oxygen I'm breathing in. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but there are no lifeguards. Everybody just hangs out to the beach. Nobody is really surfing or on boogie boards. They're just kind of, you know, kicking a soccer ball around, whatever, hanging out, you know, splashing around a little bit on the surf. I can show you. Let me see if I can show you. You can see there's a kid right there. Just kind of, you know, letting the waves roll over his feet, really. And way out there, you can see some families out there, right? You look up over here, you have some youngsters kicking around a soccer ball. That's the way it is on all of the beaches. And that's it. That's all. That's how they do things. It's so calm. It's so peaceful. Everybody's just here to kind of have a good time. No drama, just to enjoy things. And I am going to miss this place. You know, I came from Albuquerque, and I love Albuquerque. I do, even with all of its faults. I love it here. I love it in Albuquerque. This place has its own charm. It really does. It's just a different pace of life. It's quiet. It's calm. No crime. I didn't see any crime or anybody, you know, getting into any fights with anybody. It was just very peaceful. Just brought here to have a good time and to do it in a nice way. We Americans, you know, we love drama. We love it. You know you do. Don't lie. Don't lie. you want to start something, put something in the comment about it. We'll start some. Just joking there, guys. But if you want to come out to have a different pace of life, this is the place to go to. It's too bad I'm going to miss Holy Week. I'll be in Montenegro. We'll see how they handle it out there. Which means I'm going to probably have to buy all of my stuff right away before Good Friday and Holy Saturday and Easter Sunday and all that. I don't know if they open the stores are open and all that, but we shall see. My general impression of Albufeira, I am coming back here, definitely. It may take a year to do it, but I'm definitely going to come back, or at least to Portugal. Maybe I'll go up north to where the biggest waves in the world are. That's something I'd like to see. But now I'm going to be leaving tomorrow to Montenegro. I'm going to stay there for 30 days, then I'm going to head out to Darlington, England. I'm going to stay out there for about 27, 28 days. And then I think I'm going to head back to the States because I didn't do something I was supposed to do. And now I have to go back and get things taken care of. So I might stay out there for 2-3 weeks. We'll see. Maybe I'll spend the 4th of July out there with family. But that's what happens if you don't remember everything. You're going to get stuck having to fly back. But I have all those travel points with Chase, with my Chase credit card. So it only cost me about $650. So I'm content. I'm content with that. But for now, guys, I think I've drone on long enough. This will be a very short video. We'll see you in Montenegro.